Good morning. Last night I was thinking, and I was thinking about how life can be like a fight. I watched a fight at the gym last night, and this guy started out with this jab. It's a pretty crisp jab, pretty sharp jab, pretty straight. The other fighter, initially, he got caught a few times early with the jab, and he kind of brushed it off like that's no big deal. I can deal with that. And the other guy just kept throwing haymakers and whatever. But you could tell he wasn't prepared for that jab. He wasn't prepared for it to keep getting pumped in his face. And over the course of about 6 rounds, man, that guy's face looked like hamburger by the time it was done. And he was ready to go because he had been beaten up over a slow period of time, just steady feeding of that punch right in his face. And he didn't know how to slip it. He didn't know how to counter it, and he didn't even know how to move out of the way of it. I mean, to slip it, he just kept getting caught. And I couldn't help but think, life is that way sometimes. Sometimes we don't have a story. You may not have a story like mine where crazy things happen to you. It may be the little things. You might get a bill in the mail. You might get a speeding ticket. Kid might do something at school. You might get some bad news from the family. Things just build. And sometimes it's like that jab getting pumped in your face. And if you're not prepared for it, if you don't know how to take the sting out of it, if you don't know how to roll with it a little bit, or to slip it, then you're going to keep getting hit to the point where you get taken out. And it may get to that point where people look at you and they say, wow, I don't know why they just went to pieces, why they got so upset at what I told them or whatever. But they don't see those little things add up. They don't see those things happening to you on a consistent basis. All they see is when they see you walk out your house, you go to work, things look all hunky-dory. They don't see all the things that have added up. They don't see that jab that's been constantly pumped in your face. So how do you prepare for those things? Well, I've mentioned this before, but I think it's worth repeating. How many of you listen to motivational speakers? How many of you listen to people who are positive? It doesn't always have to be a motivational speaker. It could be someone like Rumi, the ancient poet, or Maya Angelou. There's things that I love reading Maya Angelou because she has wisdom in her writing, and it's so clever. Sometimes you read over something and you don't catch it right away, and you have to dwell on it for a little bit, and then it's like, wow, what wisdom! You know, the Bible has words of wisdom in there. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, whether that's your thing or not, there's wisdom in the scriptures. You have to feed yourself with positive things. Motivational speakers, Anthony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, people like, and he's a religious guy, but pretty much his message is just positive. Someone like Joel Osteen. I mean, do you listen to those positive voices in your life? Do you bring them into you? And you have local people, I'm positive of it. There's a gal here that I used to work for doing fences. Her name is Amber Wybara. She started her own motivational speaking. She's also started a women's group that's built on positive thinking and motivation. Do you seek people out like that? There's people in your local area. I know there's people in Scottsbluff that I won't mention any names right now just because I haven't asked permission, but have lived lives that are phenomenal, that have had things happen to them that they've worked through that you would not believe, and you run into them now, and if you didn't know their story, you would just think that life's just been good to them all the time, that they've never had to overcome anything. Remember that friend of mine that I told you about, his dad, that I used to talk to? Man, I sought that guy out because he was positive. He would help me work through things. He would help me prepare for those rough times in life. He'd help me prepare for that jab. Sometimes we think we have to be prepared for the big thing. No, it's not always the case. Most often than not, it's those little things that keep coming and coming and coming and that don't stop. The things that people don't see. I mean, you got to admit to yourself, sometimes you're having a day and it's just the little things that eventually one of your kids comes up to you or somebody you know and you just blow up and they don't know why. But they didn't see those things. If you learn how to prepare for those things now, if you build up your strength now, when those things come, you'll be able to slip them. You'll be able to roll with the punch. You'll be able to come around with that left hook to the body, left hook to the head. Shots that can actually take those things in your life out of the way. So with that, I'd encourage you, Seek people out that are positive. Seek out those positive role models, whether it be someone locally, someone nationally. There was somebody else I was thinking about too from my hometown, from Rawlins, Wyoming. Guy started a boxing club. I talk to him now, and we're 1,200 miles apart or whatever it is. Man, he encourages me every time I talk to him. The things that he says. Do you seek people like that out? Boxing may not be your thing, but you go to a local gym and you're going to hear some positive stuff. You're going to hear some good things that motivate you, because boxing is about getting through tough times. You can relate those things to your life. You can get those things from a football coach, from a football field, basketball, different things in your life that will help you so that you can overcome the things in your personal life. So with that, I'd encourage you to seek those people out, seek those activities out. Do something now so that when life starts peppering you with that steady jab, you know how to get away from it. You know how to overcome it so that you can win in life. Anyway, with that, have a great day. I hope things go well for you, and we'll talk to you another day.